I'm singing their song, but
No.
I'm like joining in with them and
No, then
saying
that's your
random
own song.
words
That's
to the
not their song.
I don't think that's.
Oh no, I agree to disagree on that.
I don't think that's how it works, though.
You can sing anything to a song, and it's singing the song.
You
To the
you,
music
you
is
can
what you're
say
saying?
anything,
Okay.
and then it's a different song.
No,
Like,
it's the same one. I didn't make that song.
You're welcome.
you didn't make the song, but you added on to it, so that's like remixing. So that's your own song
it's not
now.
remixing. It's not remix.
It's a
'Cause
remix.
I never said remix once. I didn't do remix when I did it.
Well, you should have.
Well, I mean, look at all the remixes now. Look
He
at
just
Lil
got
Nas
so upset.
with his
I will
50,000
never
remix.
look at Lil Nas.
He got like
I will never look at him.
look at him.
No.
Look at Lil Nas right
I'm not
now.
gonna look at him.
Why not?
I refuse to look at him. And you can't
I'm
tell
sorry.
me to look at him.
I can.
I'm not going to.
It's my right. I can
never
literally tell you to
look
look
at
at Lil
Lil
Nas.
I'm never gonna
He
look
is
at him.
very
I
committed
will
to
look
never
at.
looking at
I will
him.
tell you to look at Lil
I'll never
Nas.
see him.
Yes.
I'll never see him.
I will make sure it's a point.
That's actually now my goal for my life is to never look at him.
Never look at Lil Nas.
I'll never look at him.
What
What
happens
if
if
we
a commercial pops up?
I will avert my eyes. I'll never see him. I'm not gonna know what he looks like from now on.
So then, how would you know if you didn't look at him or not?
That's gonna be difficult, but I'll figure it out.
Yeah, well.
Watch, I'm gonna meet him in person somehow. Like somehow he's gonna actually appear to me in person, and I'm like, he's like, "Hey, I'm Lil Nas." I'm like, "I can't look at you.
I can't look at you. I
I'm
literally
sorry, I
cannot
can't
look at you.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I can't look at you."
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
I cannot look at your face. I must avert my eyes.
He's gonna write a song about you one day.
I hope so. About how I never look at him.
Will you listen to his music? You just won't look at him?
Yeah, I'll listen to his music. I just won't look. From now on, I will not look at him
Why?
because he wants me to look at him.
May I say something?
Say something.
Okay.
Do, do,
Wait.
do, do,
Hey,
Do, do,
do, do,
Digga-dee.
do, do,
do, do.
do, 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 do.
Nas X.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, you. Yeah, yeah,
Sam, go.
yeah, yeah.
club with my homies. I'm a dope, I'm a VR, and I saw my Cokie.
Go, Key.
Yeah, go key.
Go, Keys.
I'm a bit with my homies. Go.
And see, that's a remix.
No, I'm singing the song.
And that's a rap.
I'm singing the
That is a
song.
rap.
That's a remix.
Okay.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Comfort Level Podcast. Please excuse the snowstorm.
No, that was the greatest way to say that. That was so perfect.
We are recording this in the middle of June, so take that with whatever.
No, this is a Christmas episode. We're recording it when it's cold out and there's a snowstorm.
If you're gonna lie about the date, at least
Well,
do it
yeah,
like
yeah.
in
We're
the
recording
right
this in
season.
December.
It's June 16th right now. We recorded a lot of podcasts before. It's June right now.
Show the date. Show your phone.
I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna do that.
Exactly.
Why not?
Okay, fine. Maddie, how'd you get in my phone?
Little
She
Nas is
changed
his
his
background.
Oh, I already lost. Little Nas is like that.
You need to change this.
I can never look at my phone again.
No.
You can't even unlock your phone
Yeah, I
to
was
change
like,
it. You
Yeah.
just have to get a new phone.
I probably would.
Oh, hey, you made it to our ad portion of the video where this video is sponsored by you and people like you on Patreon. Whatever you want to do, however you support us, even if it's just liking, subscribing, and even commenting or sharing on this video or any of our others, we really appreciate it. Also, for our audio listeners, we're now on Spotify, so make sure to check us out if you'd like to. Thank you so much, and let's get back to the video. I'm Maddie, and I'm here with...
I'm saying.
I'm Brandon.
I'm Sam.
We're doing a nanny-sode.
I've been watching a lot of Nanny lately. She's a little red pill.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I could see it, though.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just because the 90s and people had definitely a different thought processes.
Yes,
I don't think half the jokes they're making in The Nanny, I'm cracking up and I'm like, you cannot say this now. You would get
can't, right.
canceled.
Are you laughing as a result that she couldn't say it now?
No, I'm resulting because it's still funny, but it
Okay.
is funnier because you couldn't say it now. I was just waiting for him to say the sandwich joke again. I felt like he was going to say it. I saw
He
it.
was thinking of
I
something.
literally looked at him. He's like, he might say it again, but he didn't. So I'm proud of you. This is growth. This
It's
is
still
growth.
early.
That made my stomach jiggle for some odd reason. And that made me very subconscious because I've been going to the gym.
No,
And it's like,
you-
why is it still jiggling?
Everybody, he's rock solid. So
No, I'm not.
he's
Man.
rock solid.
Sounds a little weird, but
He's hard as a rock. What else to say about it?
It's just embarrassing.
There's no way they saw it jiggle. So that was
Right.
you telling them that.
I felt it jiggle. That's enough.
am I the asshole for saying it's a little embarrassing that a girl's nanny put little notes in her lunch?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you are.
I'm so confused. Yeah. Like, why are you
Why do you care?
What did the note say, though?
What did the note say?
What the note say?
Please
Let's
let me
find out.
go.
Am I the asshole for saying it's a little embarrassing that a girl's nanny put little notes in her lunch? So this girl, Nicole, 16, started going to my 16 female school after winter break. She's a little weird, to be honest. She doesn't talk a lot, and when she does, she's so quiet that you can barely hear her. She used to eat in her car, but one of my friends felt bad for her and invited her to eat with us. I noticed that all of her lunches had little pieces of paper that she'd read and smile for like 2 seconds, then fold it up and put it in her pocket, in her lunchbox. Sometimes she'd take it out and read it a couple times during lunch. I eventually asked what it said, and she said she has a nanny and that she writes her notes every day. And I asked if she thinks that it's a little embarrassing because I don't know anyone who has had notes in their lunch past 5th grade. She got kind of defensive and said that her nanny does similar things for her siblings who are all in preschool or elementary school, so it kind of proved my point. She started eating in her car again, and one of my friends got mad at me because apparently she had a really bad home life before moving here, and she's never had anyone to do that stuff for her. I don't know how the fuck she expected me to know, considering she usually only talks about school, but it's starting some drama in my friend group, so I wanted to know if I was the asshole.
You a bully. Girl, if it makes somebody happy, how are you going to be rude about it? Like, you see
Right.
her smiling, it makes her happy, let it be. It doesn't matter how old she is. If it makes her happy, let her be. Why would you even bring that up?
Mm-hmm.
You're a bully.
I
Totally
agree.
agree.
She's obviously jealous.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Nobody don't care for her like that, so she's got to make it feel bad for someone else.
Yep.
But she's also young though too, so it's just
That's
like
true.
you know.
She's young, but she's not that young.
How old?
She's 16.
Oh, yeah. That's
She's not that young.
But that's still the age when you're like...
You make stupid decisions.
Yeah, you would say something dumb
That's
like
true.
that. Like, yeah.
I was when you were reading that, I was like, oh yeah, this is a total mean girl response. Like
Right.
she's just going through the motions.
Am I the asshole for saying I co-parent with the nanny in front of my ex-husband and his family?
Ooh, I'm gonna say no.
I'll say it's petty for sure, just from that.
I was going to go
maybe,
with that too.
yeah.
P,
Like,
E
you're trying to dig
Yeah.
something.
T Y P E to the T T Y. Okay, ladies, now let's get information.
Hey.
Oh.
Okay, ladies, now let's get information.
Oh.
That's it. My songs last 2 seconds maximum.
I just saw that video like a couple weeks ago for the first time in years, I feel. It's still good.
That video is great.
Am I the asshole for saying I co-parent with the nanny in front of my ex-husband and his family? My God, this is not the episode for me. My ex-husband and I have been... My ex-husband and I have been separated for a year and will more than likely be starting the divorce process any day now. Ever since we split up, my ex has hired a nanny to help him with childcare of our 2 kids during his time. The nanny usually does pickups and drop-offs. Originally, I would try to communicate things about the kids directly to him, but I could barely get in touch with him. He always made some excuse about how work was busy, but I feel like he should at least respond to my emails about the kids quickly, and that it was his responsibility to make sure the nanny had the relevant information too. Eventually, I got fed up with having to hound him every single time he needed information about the kids, and since the nanny does almost all the childcare when they're with their dad, I decided to just communicate with her directly. I do still update my ex too, but now I only send him one email and it's up to him to make the effort to read or respond to it. This has worked really well for the kids, and they seem to be doing a lot better during their time with their dad now, since the nanny makes the necessary adjustments for them. It was my ex-mother-in-law's birthday, and she asked me to bring the kids because my ex wasn't sure if he'd be able to go. I still had a good relationship with my ex-in-laws, and I didn't want my kids to miss out on a time with their family, so I agreed. My ex ended up showing up towards the end of the day. I haven't had to see my ex face-to-face in a very long time, and he has always known how to push my buttons. I was trying to be civil to him for the kids' sake, but he kept baiting me when no one else was in earshot. My mother-in-law made a comment about how she was so proud for us being able to co-parent so well after everything. My ex had whispered a sly comment to me not 2 minutes before my mother-in-law made her comment, so I was already quietly fuming. So I responded with, "Yes, I really enjoy co-parenting with the nanny. She's fantastic." My ex and his family weren't amused. I received a lot of backlash from all of them. My ex accused me of calling him a deadbeat and said he didn't want me talking to his nanny anymore because I should be communicating directly with him. Am I the asshole?
So she may not technically be the a-hole in the situation, but in front of the family, yes, she definitely comes off as that, and I can see why. Like, she didn't hire the nanny either, though. So that's the other thing is that I think of is, so he hired the nanny, so he had to like look at references, things like that, to make sure it was somebody that was good for their kids. So she is good because he hired her, not you. So there's that. But yeah, the family didn't hear his supposed backhanded comments or anything else. So yeah, you just look like you're petty, like just trying to be like, you don't take care of your kids, somebody else does. I mean, that's to me, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, for you guys, do you think having a nanny for your kids is bad parenting, or you think that's acceptable?
Can you afford it?
Yeah, if you can afford it. Yeah.
I would do it if I could afford it.
So your nanny shouldn't replace, like, I'm going to say, like, special moments. Like, you should still go to, like, games or, like,
She'll be there for them.
concerts, you know,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Games and concerts.
I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, the
Those are the
things
two
where you're...
things.
That's all my
No.
kids. I'm like, I remember my mom. She took me to this concert, and I love her for that.
No, you know when you're, like, the school concerts, you know, like when you're standing on stage and you're looking for your family in the audience, right?
Which my nanny 100% is going to that.
Right. My nanny and my dad better both.
Because if I remember my piano concerts, I'm like, why would anyone go to this? Why do we subject parents to this? Only nanny should be there.
No.
Because only someone getting paid should have to listen to a concert.
Understandable. Yes.
Yeah.
But
Have y'all been to these elementary schools?
I mean, we're all thinking it,
Yeah,
but
okay,
you just
I'm just
said
saying,
it.
I
That's
mean, someone's had
crazy.
to
I
say
mean,
it.
but you should still be proud of them up on
Yeah.
the stage.
The nanny recorded it on their phone. You got a clip of it.
No.
You're like, man, you were good in this clip.
There's Sam, have you ever been to, like, so you're in the concert and your family isn't there? They didn't show up. Did you ever have that disappointment feeling?
I
No.
think so.
So if
And
you
it was
haven't,
fine. I'm a perfectly adjusted human being that
I-
cries himself to sleep every single night.
I was gonna say, I'm not saying I cry myself to
Yeah.
sleep every night, but I have lived that disappointment. And it's not like you,
Yeah.
nanny's not your dad. I'll just say that out loud. I don't know. Even though you're gonna love that nanny, I mean, you probably want the nanny and your dad there. You
Yeah.
probably want everybody there.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Right,
don't,
yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
but I don't know. I would expect my
Support.
biological, not even biological, but my parents to be there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know.
I just think about my friend. She has 3 daughters, and I've been to some of their soccer games and some
You're
of their
the nanny.
dance recitals. I was like the nanny in the situation, but I'm like, it was fun for me because I'm like, I don't have to go to these regularly. Like, I don't have to keep going. I'm like, oh, it's fun, and we're like all joking, like, look at these little kids. They're bad at what they do, and they're cute, and so you're like, this is fun. But I'm like, if I was a parent, I'm like, I have to go to this every week,
Saturday.
Oh my gosh, I would be saying, man, I'm like, let's tag team, Nanny.
I guess I
tag
get that with
team,
games,
Nanny.
but if it was like a
Let's
or
tag
like
team,
practices,
Nanny.
maybe. Like practice is different to me. I don't know. You're done, Sam.
What did he say?
Let's tag team, Nanny. He's ready. You're ready. But yeah.
I mean, I would have a nanny if I could afford it. Also, I would hire my mom or like my spouse's mom to watch the kids if I could do that. Because I know for me, my mom, she likes taking care of kids, and if she didn't have to worry about working, she would just take care of her grandbabies or anybody else. If she didn't want to do it, that's fine.
You would pay her though?
Yeah, I would pay her. Yeah, I would pay her.
Do you think she would take care of like my kids too?
Sam's gonna have some badass kids. She ain't taking care of them.
I can't wait to
It's like
traumatize
babies.
They're
them.
Kids
100% gonna be.
just fucking being bad as fuck.
I'm gonna traumatize them just as much as you did me.
Hey, that's the goal, man. That's what family is.
Yeah, that's family right there.
That's family.
That's family right there. You my cousin,
Yeah.
man. Make sure to put them in headlocks and just push them in that.
Damage my kids.
Yeah.
Man. I like that.
I agree with your take because I'm like, I see what you're talking about where you're like, she technically was like the asshole to like those people because man, I can't imagine having like an aunt or like somebody like that in the family and then being on the family side and just being like, wow, God, like that lady is so rude. But like with what you were saying, the jabs that he was throwing at her, and he sounds like he's a douchebag and a tool, so that was a good little thing for her to say. So I support her, but also I'm like,
Right back.
I see where they're coming from.
I said right back at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think it's these kind of things where we're listening to these stories. We're like, oh yeah, that's kind of an asshole thing to do. But I'm like, it's like a normal response. Like we're all not just good, and we're just like, I'll just do the right thing in this situation. Like that's the exact situation where I'm like, I probably
See, in
would.
that situation though, I wouldn't say something to like everybody like that. I would be like, I would say it to him. He wants to sit here and jab at me. I'm not going to say it to your family. But I'll say it to you. I will say it to you. I'd probably like stab him with a pin, you know?
But also
Nobody
it
would
seems
know.
like
doing
embarrassment
it.
is the thing that gets
That's
this
a little
guy.
problematic.
I mean, I wanted to smooth past it. 'Cause I was like, that's my cousin. You only look out for her. But
Leave it in. Don't cut that.
now, do you want to?
You taking jabs at me, I'm going to jab you with a motherfucking pin.
Why a
No, I'm just
pen?
kidding.
There's so many other weapons.
Well, because it doesn't really leave a mark either.
Oh my gosh,
Oh.
she's
So she
thought
thought
of
about
this. She's
this.
done this before.
This
She's
is
definitely thought about
methodical.
this before.
This is planned out.
Trauma. This is trauma. That's
I watch
happening.
too many shows. It's fine.
Yeah, shows. Real life.
But I really do have to go to
Is
that
it a
show.
show if you
Okay. All
record
right.
it?
We'll
I'm
read
so sorry.
this top comment really quick. She's not the asshole, but she made her life a lot harder. I'm not sure I could have bit my tongue either, but being not the asshole isn't enough when kids are involved. I don't
I
know.
think my whole problem with the story is that they're emailing each other.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I thought
I
that
am
was
so
weird.
glad you said that. Like,
Who
Emailing?
emails like quickly?
of course I'm not going to
You're saying,
respond
I'm
to
not
an
reading your
email.
emails. I check my email once a day. You're like,
Right.
I gotta read my emails?
The
For
And
fact
a
if,
kid?
that
if it's urgent,
Yeah.
I gotta urgently
Yeah.
change my kids' things. I'm gonna email
Checking
you.
emails. No.
No, you better text me or call me. Like, you can leave a voicemail.
So they are the asshole. I'm coming back.
Sam's back
Yeah.
at it.
the fact that that's your issue
Yeah.
with the story.
Stop
I mean,
sending
it
me
kinda
emails.
was.
Text me.
Unless they just really don't get along that bad.
That's completely just email.
I mean,
conversation.
Google phone. Like, you could just get a Google account, get a Google number.
True.
Am I the asshole for walking out of my sister's wedding after she tried to use me as free childcare?
Nope. I don't like kids.
Okay.
Walking out of what?
Her wedding.
Oh.
Her sister's wedding. take some cake on the way out, or
You got to.
yeah.
You got
I
to.
feel like there's a
grab a
time and
handful.
place for everything, though. Wedding is just like, you know,
I feel like you suck it up and watch them at the wedding.
yeah, just do it at the wedding. But,
Yeah.
you know, you could take it out other times. It didn't have to be the wedding.
Yeah.
Mm.
You only get one.
Sam clearly is
Hopefully.
not.
Not about
She would
it.
abandon the kids.
I
and
would.
them.
Get your ass on the dance floor. Stay over there. Don't touch me. Don't get away
Yeah,
from me.
but I'm like, how much watching is watching a kid at a wedding? Like, what do you? You just let them, go on the dance floor.
Especially
That's-
nowadays. You just
yeah.
give them a tablet.
Am I the asshole for walking out of my sister's wedding after she tried to use me as free childcare? Obligatory throwaway long-time lurker disclaimer because apparently that matters. A few months ago, my 31 male sister, 29 female, announced that she was going to get married. The planning process took a while, but the date and venue were agreed on. Now my sister had a baby, one male, that just loves to cry. He cries all the time unless somebody takes him outside for fresh air. So a few days ago, the wedding started because I was out of town. I missed the night before the wedding. Basically a get-together period for family members and a big party. But showed up for the wedding and reception. The second I got there, my sister asked me to take the baby outside in order to calm him down. I agreed because the ceremony hadn't started yet, but she asked me to take the baby outside again a while later. And when I asked why the baby doesn't have a sitter, she said they spent all the money on the ceremony and parties. I was kind of annoyed because I wanted to sit in on the ceremony, but just about everybody jumped on me telling me to do my sister a favor and that it was her day. I asked her about when I was expected to take the baby out for fresh air, and she gave me this huge list of times that basically meant I missed out on all the important parts. I wouldn't be there for the exchanging of vows, the reception, the aisle walk, the readings, the kiss, etc. I figured out in total that I would have about 30 minutes actually sitting inside, and the rest would just be about the baby. And when I pointed this out to her, she said somebody would videotape it for me, but I wasn't convinced. I wanted to watch my sister reach a milestone, and that was what I came for. I told her that somebody else could watch the baby for her, and that as her brother, I wanted to watch the wedding and not have to miss her getting married. Again, she told me, just do it. I was really mad, but I tried not to show it on the outside. And when I asked about the reception, she told me, oh, you'll have to miss out. Baby's name needs to be outside and has to be fed. That was the final straw. And when my mother was holding the baby, I slipped out and just left. The next day, I got a call from my sister, and she's screaming about how I ruined her wedding and how the baby wouldn't stop crying. I told her that I left because she treated me like a babysitter instead of a guest/family member, and said that it was her fault if she couldn't get a nanny or ask a friend to do it. Since then, I've been nuked with calls from family calling me selfish and telling me that I'm effectively disowned unless I apologize. I see no reason to. Am I the asshole?
Oh.
Okay. I feel like I always start, but I have to. I have to just spit it out. During the ceremony, yes, you're an asshole. You really want to see your sister say some shit, or say some stuff. No.
And
You
make out
don't
with
really
her
care.
husband. She's gonna make out with.
Right.
Gross.
You don't care. During the ceremony, seeing her walk down the aisle is very big, right? You can hold the baby for that part and then go outside. Ceremony, you are the a-hole. 200%. Reception, the kid can run around, act like a fool. We just said that earlier.
He's 1 year old. Can 1-year-olds
They
run?
can. Well, I mean, he can learn. Set him on the dance floor. Shoot.
Just cry.
See, this may be why people don't ask me to watch their kids.
You gonna learn how to run today.
You gonna learn how to dance today? No, but if he was closer to 1 and not closer to 2, then yes. But honestly, during the ceremony, you are the jerk. During the reception, yeah, it's annoying as hell. You don't really care about those milestones. You're just pissed off you have to hold a baby. So don't try to blame it on that.
Why did it have to be the brother? Why couldn't family members take turns? Why did it have to be one person?
Yeah, that's what I was
I'm
gonna say.
like, their whole family's apparently at this wedding. I take them out one time, now give it to the grandma, give it to the uncle.
Right.
Why can't it be like that? Why is it all
Very
on the
true.
brother? That's what I'd be mad about.
That is true.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of that.
I would say the brother he is the a-hole, but to what Sam was saying, there's no compromise either. It was just all on him.
Right.
So it's like, what do you do to that? Like, you shouldn't have left. Like, at least give him the ceremony. But like, yo, this reception, I'm about to go crazy. Y'all pay for all this food and expect me to sit outside with a baby?
Right.
No, I'm not doing that. Someone take the baby.
And who cares if the baby's crying at the reception anyway? Like,
Music,
yeah,
all that stuff.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
nobody
like,
cares.
okay, yeah.
Well, I mean, I will watch the baby. I'm gonna be smoking cigarettes and drinking beers all night long, but I will watch that baby, I guess. Not really. I mean, he needs to get some fresh air. Me too. I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. Okay, let's go.
That baby gonna be a full-grown man with a mortgage by the time he's done with Sammy.
You have a grown. He's gonna have a beard. He's gonna have all of it.
He's gonna be like, can you feed me? You can feed yourself.
Right.
You can feed yourself.
Right.
And
They can hold a bottle by one. Okay. They can hold a
Walking
bottle.
with a car seat. Hey, yo, we gotta go home, y'all. I'm done. I grown up. I done seen all I need to see. We good now. I gotta take care of.
I'm not saying I will smoke the cigarette and blow it in the baby's face, okay? But we're outside. He can sit over there. I can smoke
Oh
over
my
here.
gosh. Do not give Sam a baby.
And this is why I don't like kids, because I can't do what I want.
Actually, this story is kind of scaring me because wasn't in the horrible story that we heard from that kid. Didn't he cry as a baby like all the time? Like he was bad from being a baby?
Yeah.
Is this
It was
conspiracy?
the episode where the story was like 20 minutes long, and it was a super long story about
A mom who beats her son
almost to death. You remember? Did you ever?
I can't hear that.
Yeah.
So I don't like kids, that's why I don't have them, but I still do not agree with... You had them, you need to have that
Oh, if you heard
responsibility
the
of taking
story,
care of
you're
them.
like,
You cannot...
I kind of
Yeah.
get why she almost
No.
killed this kid.
He was
Yeah, you know,
murdering animals. He was torturing his baby sister.
Yes, I did watch that one.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Apparently,
Where he was older though. He wasn't
Yeah,
too...
yeah.
Yeah, he was like 18.
I was like, talk about no baby like that. You can't be...
Oh yeah, you can't be. Oh
baby.
man, maybe they should have started
That's what I'm
when he was.
saying. Oh.
The brother guy, he's like, I'm glad I got this on because look what she just did to.
Well, yeah, like that story is different because he was grown.
yeah.
He was grown. You should have whooped his ass a long time ago.
So maybe this baby's evil. Hmm? Who knows?
See why? No kids for me. They grow up evil. I already raised some little turds that ain't even my own, so I ain't about it.
Well, because most
Your
of the time
mother
you're
of
getting
three.
normal kids,
Right.
but sometimes you get a Jeffrey Dahmer. What are you gonna do?
Don't say
Right.
that.
It happens. You think
It does.
You think all the parents were like, I hope I get a little serial killer. Like, no one plans it, but it happens. There's these.
Right.
Every serial killer has parents.
It just ain't what. Some of them ain't wired right. Some of them are made that way.
Yeah.
Or made to be what they become, I guess. I don't know. That fascinates me though, actually. That's why I like that stuff, is to see like, is it really their upbringing or is it just like something in their brain? I don't know.
Yeah, 'cause
Sorry.
Jeffrey Dahmer, he's like, I'm just made this way.
Why do you keep talking like that?
Because that's how he talks.
That's how Jeffrey Dahmer spoke.
Mm-hmm.
God.
I'm not racist. I just liked black men.
Mm-hmm. He did, and he killed people he liked, which is
Totally
weird.
did not know that whole aspect of the story. I did not know that almost all of them were black that he killed. Like, that was a whole thing
Really?
I never knew about
You
until I
didn't?
saw the thing. Yeah. I'm like, this is crazy, man.
He's crazy.
He's crazy.
He is, but that's the one off about him, is like normally people kill things that they don't like.
Yeah.
He killed things that he loved because he didn't want them to leave, which is sad.
Which maybe a little bit, but I think also he just liked killing people and like that was like.
And eating them.
I did like that his dad was like, I love you. I like that.
He still
Yeah.
loved him even after that.
Yeah, it was nice.
He was like, I love you, but we're not coming over to your house for dinner anytime soon.
You're not cooking for dinner.
He's like, Dad, I got this new meal.
No, thank you.
I feel like he was. This is not a Jeffrey Dahmer episode.
No.
But just think about going to your kid, like you find out, because I'm like, that's the episode I really liked, is when the dad found out, like when the cops brought the dad in, it was like, hey, your son did all this. Like, what would you think if the cops just came like, hey, your kid killed like tons of people. And they're just looking at you like, what do you say to you? Like,
They say just like that.
yeah.
Too.
And then you're like, I'm sorry. I don't know what I would say. I'm like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that to happen.
That's the
on
hardest
him.
part about
Yeah.
having to, yeah.
That's
Because
his fault.
parents are really getting bad raps. Like if your kid like gets a DUI or something, they're like, look at their parents. But if your kid killed tons of people, you're like, look at the parenting on that one.
Well, there's a lot of people that are blaming it on the dad for like showing him the like roadkill and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah.
His dad must have just been a little bit weird.
Well, his dad was trying to make his son into the science aspect of it, right? Like his son was actually taking, like, most people don't have the mentality to be like, oh, this means I can kill somebody and eat them.
Right.
Eat their brain because it feels good in my hands, gushy. People are like, oh, I'm interested how the brain works or how the body works. So they like seeing it like dissected or taken apart because they want to see how it works, not just to feel it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I've
So
never
I don't
even seen the
think it was
show,
the dad.
so
Oh.
I don't think I'm gonna
Sorry.
watch the show. It's too gory.
I've never felt like I've actually felt something watching that show. Usually I just watch TV. I'm like, oh, it's enjoyable or it's interesting. I felt weird about watching
Did
it
you?
while watching it. Yeah, I'm like, oh, this is strange. I don't like this. It was a good show. It was a good show.
It made you feel bad, but you still watched
Yeah,
it
I
all the
still
way
watched
through.
it. I finished it. What am I
Well,
gonna
you have
Yeah,
to.
I was like, I'm gonna
It
stop.
is.
I need to know what happens.
Right.
Well, we know what happens at the end of this episode, so thank you guys for your opinions.
That
that's
was
the
a
end.
segue for the ages. I
that
loved
is-
it.
I gotta
I
give you.
loved it.
That
That was
was
good.
good.
That was good.
Yeah.
All right.
I love
Good
that.
job.
Bye, guys.
Yeah,
We'll
good
see you
No,
next
good job,
week.
us.
Good
Good
job.
job.
Good
job,
job.
good job,
Yes,
good job.
You guys
Good
are really
job.
great. Thank you
Good
guys
job.
for
Good
coming to watch
Good
the
job.
episode. So
Good
Good
job.
job.